So this is the new Hurricane. Hoo-wee. Glad it's on our side, Hondo.
Tracker here. Assemble masks. Intruder closing in.
You'll ride shotgun and Volcano here.
It sure lives up to its name, Matt.
Tracker here. Assemble mask. Venom has struck again.
Try and stop me.
Tracker here. Assemble mask.
When Venom strikes, there's only one team to call. Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
And hidden inside the mask slingshot, there's a mini jet, a control.
Tracker here. Assemble mask. Security break. Let's roll, team.
This new Raven's pretty as a lady.
And friendly as a crocodile, Calhoun.
Tracker here. Assemble mask. Venom's back in business.
It's the Venom L-Bar!
No, the intro is not some kind of hint or tease that Mask is coming in some form or fashion. I was just looking up 80s commercials yesterday for the special report and ran across those live action upscaled vehicle things and thought, I remember that. I completely forgot about it, but I remember it now. I wonder if those vehicles are in a warehouse somewhere. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and yes, it is Sunday. I just got back from vacation, and there, I did not keep track of anything. So even though the trip back was uneventful, I still had to catch up on all the news, the pictures. The toy companies didn't take my suggestion of vacation this week. They just, same as usual. So yeah, Sunday, which is really weird. I don't know why, it puts a mental image in my head. Just the word Sunday, on top of spending this week in total dad mode, wrangling family through amusement parks and airports, and everybody got their picture IDs and their tickets. Okay, have them out, have them ready. Woo! Today I've just got this vibe. Let's ease into the episode with a couple of McFarlane DC Multiverse reveals. I'm not sure of the order here. Remember, I was funning and sunning. I was walking and talking. But the first that caught my eye is Deadman. Is this a modified Blue Beetle Booster Gold body? Which is fine. It's just one of those thoughts that shot into my head because of all the reuse morality discussions going on these days. Me, I think it's perfectly fine for the spandex costume crowd. It gives it that kind of classic-y plainness. But then the new spicy parts makes a super interesting contrast with the dead zombie fleshy parts and the spooky ghosts. And the D. You gotta respect the D when it comes to Deadman. It's not Deadman unless that D is just laying right across his belly. What? You can't miss it. The D is right there in your face. There's also Flashpoint Aquaman, and I have no experience with this look. I mean, it's obviously Aquaman, the blonde hair, the scaly shirt, the Aquaman logo on the belt, the underwater setting. But then there's this hardcore military feel to it. Maybe it's the haircut. Maybe I've grown too accustomed to, you know, modern Aquaman with the long flowy hair and just, hey man, what's going on? From the description, I think this is next year's slow burn build a character wave where one comes out, and then a couple of months later, the next piece with a figure comes out, so on, so forth. You know, like this year's Crime Syndicate Starro wave. Finally, whoo, there's a Batman. Yes, a Batman in DC Multiverse. I've been waiting so long for this. Seriously, though, if you gotta add a Batman to your line, it might as well be this one. You know, the one that a lot of people feel is one of the more iconic looks. That's really hard to navigate because, you know, everybody has their own idea of iconic and just... there's the blue, there's the gray, it's Batman. But Todd, we're gonna straighten out this whole forearm situation this time around? Get that glove top locked in? The Mann Brothers, Dead and Aqua, are gonna be Target exclusive gold label releases, while their cousin Bat is up in the air. And I didn't mean to do that. Haha, I'm so funny. Yeah. Got ourselves a comedian, don't we? Why don't you get outside, mow the lawn or something? Sick of you laying around all day. But it's just the initial reveals. More info as it comes along. Threezero is also playing that single picture reveal game this week with the Marvel Universe, no, it's Marvel Studios Infinity Saga DLX Iron Man Mark II. So many words. Or as I call it, ooh, my favorite MCU armor. Sure, the red and gold is fancy as all hell, it classes the joint up, but this takes it back to basics. It stands on the merits of the sculpt alone. Well, okay, there's the chrominess, which, but still, all you see is the base elements, the shapes, the armor plates intertwining, dancing together, forming a suit. Oh, and then the evenly spaced rivets, giving it that industrial feel, like it was built by a blacksmith, but a blacksmith that knows what he's doing down to a molecular level. Did I mention this was my favorite? I've thought about this one a lot. Threezero also posted up a Transformers MDX Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, and my first thought was, well, it's not an Optimus Prime or a Bumblebee. Looking good. But if you're more into the smaller scales, there's also the MDLX Rodimus Prime. Now this has been announced for a while now. This is our first time seeing it in plastic, or well, resin, or whatever they're making prototypes out of these days. Seeing it in full color brings it to life. It puts it on my brain list of, oh yeah, that's coming, because I forgot about Rodimus several times when he was just in list form. It was just a name. I'm not quite sure about the big flat wing on the back though. Again, this is Threezero's interpretation of the 80s designs, but I'll wait for more pictures before tearing into it. Again, we'll talk about it more when there's more to talk about. I knew that Super7 would post up more Ultimates just because I let out the battle cry last week. That and I did have the little teaser picture for the ThunderCats Ultimates Ghost Jaga in the folder last week, but for some reason just breezed right past it. Because I knew there would be more to talk about this week. That's why I did it. It was totally on purpose. Basically, this is what I wanted when Jaga was first announced. Sure, the regular old alive version is okay, but ooh, give me some translucent plastic, some ghostly presence, and it's a wise old mentor. Why wouldn't he be dead, but still teaching from the beyond? That's just how they do it. You'll have to go straight to the source for this though, because it is a Super7 exclusive. For a more mainstream release, they also announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Wave 9. Like I've discussed for a while, the further they get into the line, the more out of the wheelhouse the characters become. I think I was only into the property for the first year or so, so much past that, I can name them on site simply because of other companies and other toys and Veebs talking about it constantly. But beyond that, I don't have a lot of experience with them. Still, for Wave 9, there is Slam Dunkin' Dawn, my favorite turtle mixed with my least favorite activity, professional sports. From the Twitters, I'm led to believe that they changed the number from 23, which I don't know if it's because of legalities or simply making an inside joke. I don't know. Those same Twitters have told me that there was a alt version of the original Dawn that was in white instead of red, so I don't know. It's a basketball playing mutant turtle. What more do you want from me? There's also Zach the Neutrino, who I believe has more members to his squad, but this is a good start. As an outsider looking in, the colors just pop. The pinks and the metallic blues against what you think of with the rest of the line, even though there's more colors than green and brown, but you know what I mean. This will stand out. Scumbug is visually interesting with all the scumminess and the bugginess. Is he half man trying to exterminate insects, or is he half bug trying to get revenge on the human race or something? I don't know. I have a bad habit, I know, of just making up my own stuff. I could research this. It's too much work. Those Hypno eyes cross over to Wingnut and Screwloose though, but I ain't complaining, it's a good look. If I were just spending money willy-nilly on anything I found visually interesting, I would definitely pick this up because I love the design. The techno devices, the utility belt, the blue and gray color scheme with a cape, the sidekick in red and green wearing a domino mask. Wait! Is this a Batman and Robin homage? Am I the first one to realize this? Hey everybody, it's Batman and Robin. It's supposed to be, but it's an actual Bat-man. It's crazy, right? Yeah. I joke about that, but I don't know if I've ever put two and two together there. Or I have, and I've forgotten about it because I don't know these characters. That's the good thing about forgetting stuff. You learn new things all the time. You may have known it in the past, but you get to experience that joy of knowledge again. That's how I look at it anyway. Rounding out the wave is whatever the hell this abomination is. And I don't mean it's another Splinter with a lot of reuse. I mean, why the hell would you flock a perfectly good action figure? I mean, seriously, flocking. I can't even think about it. And everybody's like, oh no, it's fine. You seem to have a problem. No! You take Lucifer's pubes, you glue it to an action figure, and you expect me to just, oh, ha, it's so fun. No. No. I feel like someone within the halls of Super 7 has a personal grudge against me. That's the only explanation for this, because I do kind of like the alternate head with the pupils. It adds a little personality. But I ain't buying this. In fact, I've already filed a restraining order against any and all action figures with flocking. So this isn't allowed on my property. Get off my property! Get thee away from me, Satan's nutsack. I don't know where I'm going with this now. $55 for this, the Donatello, and Zack. $75 for Wingnut and Screw Loose because they're bigger, it's more plastic, but I don't know why Scumbug is $65. Seems to be the same size as the rest. Doesn't seem to be a lot more paint hits than any of the others. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something? We'll find out in a year. Sticking with TMNT, Wave 2 of Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Stranger Things popped up for pre-orders this week, and it looks to be just more of the same goodness. And yeah, if you haven't picked up the first wave or watched a review, you may be thinking, more of the same goodness? That just looks like more of the same. Haven't we been getting those turtles for the past 10 years or so? No, these are new sculpts. Similar, but they have more Mirage flavor to them when you put them side by side with those old classics figures. And then the Hawkins crew is sculpted to have that same kind of aesthetic, kind of comic booky, kind of cartoony. There's a simplicity to them, like the smoothness to the details in the sculpt, and then the fairly basic articulation, but it works in this context, or at least I think it does. Lucas is packed with Donnie and includes a slingshot, binoculars, backpack, and retro handheld phone. The Dusty Mikey pack has a mechanical hammer, aerosol hairspray, and again, a retro handheld telephone. Oh, and then both packages, like Wave 1, comes with the Eggo throwing stars, the Walkman for the Turtles that are huge, and then their signature weapons. $40 a set, scheduled for, I was just talking about more of the same. When it comes to Target, all they ever put for pre-orders like this is delivered on or shortly after release date. That's the retail equivalent of, well, I'll see you when I see you. Now, how are we gonna get Mike and Will? Seems they're sticking with season 3, so how about Max and Billy? Put Billy with a villain of some kind? Because we have the Turtles. Now we need, well, there's also supporting cast. I guess we could get Casey and April and, well, then Joyce. But we also need Shredder and some foot soldiers and some back. This line could have some legs if these are selling well. I did a rundown video this week for the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series reveals from MCM London. But let's go over them just super fast again before getting to the new stuff. The Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary retro-carded Admiral Akbar was an exclusive. Now it's available on Hasbro Pulse. It's the same sculpt as the standard release, just more vintage-inspired, which means simpler paints. Which works if you're into that kind of thing. I like the Greedos, I like, what else was there? Obi-Wan, Forlom, Zuckuss, and if nothing else, you can use this as a background Moncal, you know, another officer. Because it also comes with the baton, which is, again, very vintage. All wrapped in a Nostalgia Tug card back. $28, releases here in a month or two. A couple of Knights of the Old Republic Gaming Greats characters are seeing mainline releases, starting with Darth Malak. It's a name I see with every Knights of the Old Republic wishlist, but I don't know the character because I never played the game. In the breakdown video, though, I mentioned that I was going to try to go into this figure spoiler free. They mentioned an opening trap jaw Baron underbite type thing, and ooh, what could be underneath? And I thought, I'm not gonna research, I'm not gonna spoil, I'm gonna wait for the figure. So as soon as I get back from vacation, start saving pictures from the Hasbro Pulse solicitation, I scrolled down and boom, there it was. I'm not gonna show it here in case you were feeling the same way, but the link is in the description if you need to find out. I still want the figure. It's a big, massive Sith Lord, but I think I may be more interested in Bastila Shan at this point. Just a graceful looking action figure. The colors all work. Blends right into a double-bladed lightsaber with yellow blades. You don't see that very often. So, yeah, like I said a couple of times this episode, she stands out. $25 each, scheduled for August of 2023. I know a bit more about the comic books than I do the video games, so I kind of gravitate towards the publishing program, like Dr. Aphra. Yep, we have gotten her before, but she was in a wave that made a quick pass at retail. It was there and gone. So it's good for people to get another chance at this. Plus, they changed it up a bit by adding the trench coat. Same body, same head. Oh, and then they added a scarf too. But the browns kind of make her more earthy this time. Aphra shares that body with Mara Jade, and like we've talked about, that's all reuse from Jaina Solo. And from there, we know the articulation setup, very mobile. So I'm super happy. Well, I'll have to see how the new bare arms work here. Jaina had nice movement for single elbows. Oh, and then with Aphra with the coat sleeves. Have to discover that too. But Mara Jade is a fantastic get. One of those characters I thought we'd never see in Black Series. I'm also very happy to be getting another Scar Squadron member, and I'm even happier that it's Mike because of the unique sculpting involved for the helmet and the flight pack. I can't do that on my own. Gimme. I'll take the whole team. The fancy flip cover packaging to make it more book-like jacks the price up to $28 though. I'd rather see this in a regular box, save myself $3. But that's just me. Okay, wait. You're telling me you need how much money? Like Andor's Velsartha, who comes back down to the new semi-standard price of $25. She actually wasn't shown in London. She popped up in the middle of this week, but man, I love the Freedom Fighter vibe here. It's just unmistakable. It's a good addition to the Rogue One shelf. That's where I'm putting my Andor stuff because, you know, it's all around the same era. I've seen people talk about how real-worldy her weapon is, and I can agree with that. I did not know it actually had a feature until I saw these pictures. You can take the stock, fold it up and under, which isn't really sci-fi, but then the barrel retracts back into the body, so it makes it like a shorter, heavy blaster. I don't remember that in the show, but that's probably how I'll display her. There were also a few G.I. Joe reveals at MCM, and I skipped them hoping for better pictures. And those never came. So I'm working with what I got. Here's the digital renders for the female Cobra 2-pack. And uniform-wise, they fall right in line with their male counterparts. The gold beige gear is interesting. I'm told it's an homage to an older figure, different scale, different line. But I like how it stands out more than the darker gear. Not sure about the weapons being in the same color, though, because that's just very HGTV. Hey, we heard you like gold beige. Let's make it all gold beige. But it being a 2-pack, you're essentially army building two separate types of troops, unless you take all the gear off. Or get two, pick your favorite gear, use the officer helmet, and then you have a regular trooper. And a specialist, maybe. And then it just snowballs from there. 3 sets gives you 1 officer, 3 of your favorite trooper, 2 specialists. And then I guess it works in your favor the more you get, but you're always going to have odd women out. Anyway, more troopers. I love it. Since Hasbro was in England, why not reveal the digital render for Big Ben? I don't know as much about this guy as I do others. Kind of like Turtles. I guess I was only into G.I. Joe briefly at the first. I know all the mains, and I've learned a lot since then, but Big Ben's out of my realm of knowledge. Still, it looks like it'll fit right in with the rest of the display. Can't complain about that. Lots of weapon options too, which also means more picture and pose options. That's never a bad thing. And then, as always, there were also some name drops, which means I won't remember them in a week from now, but these doubly so because I don't know who Shadow Tracker is. Even more than Big Ben. At least I've heard of Big Ben. Shadow Tracker just kinda... Who? And then apparently Mole Rats is a secret? Something new? Something old being called something new? I don't know. I'm too tired to think this hard. Sure, whatever. Finally, there were Marvel Legends at London too. Again, I was waiting for better pictures. Kinda happened, kinda didn't. I still have things to say. When do I not? And this will be kind of random because I didn't actually see the panel, and then going back and finding all these pictures, there were things posted all through the week. So we'll start where we start. A new Extremis Iron Man. Extremis? No, that's Extremis. Extremis? I don't know. It's an Iron Man. This was on my list, but not super high up because, like I've talked about before, it's so many Iron Mans. So many figures. So many looks. but this looks good. I think I've finally accepted the fact that I'm more of a classic Iron Man kind of guy, but if I find myself face to face with this on the pegs, I don't think I'm going to be able to say no. Same goes for Ultimate's Captain America. Again, great looking figure. I love sculpted scale mail on the top. I'm a sucker for tactical belts and gloves and boots when it comes to US Agent. Ooh, would love to see this in that color scheme with the proper chests and the ear wings. I'm imagining it. It looks pretty good. If you're an Ultimates fan, here you go. Dan did post a picture showing that this shield is about the same size as the 20th anniversary Captain America shield, only without the holes. You bastards. Next, at some point, they revealed an Amazon exclusive What If Killmonger. The cartoony colors just work for me. The purples jump out at you, but I really like the addition of the Black Panther claws. I don't remember that from the series, but it has been a while, and this just spruces it up. This may be the Killmonger on my MCU shelf, because it's my MCU shelf. I can do whatever I want. Meaners. Speaking of Black Panther, the female version that the Hasbro team showed for a split second on it was at New York Comic Con during a Marvel live stream. They showed that off. It is now up for pre-order on Amazon. The link is in the description. I need to see this movie. Oh, and it's right around the bend too. That's another thing about vacation. I've lost track of all time. So, yeah, isn't that next week? Week after? Random picture post from the guys. Here is proof that the X-Team uniform Banshee will come with a neutral head. Back when it was revealed, we only saw the screaming face with a comment of, yes, there will be a closed mouth. Proof is in the plastic. And then, oh, my favorite reveals, the lesser knowns. I'm not a big random guy, but since it was teased, since it was leaked, I've been kind of looking at pictures, and yeah, I have that X Factor team. Maybe I'll shove them in there. But being from where I am, I can't look at that arm and not think, that's a dirt dauber nest. Something's about to come crawling out of there. But it's okay, because dirt daubers don't sting very often. They keep the other insects down. Go ahead, leave it alone. Vertigo is what we all expected. This is a 5-pack. There's going to be a lot of reuse. But man, going back to the female body with the single jointed arms, I talk about not caring about pinless and all that, but when it comes to actual articulation, whew, all the females need to be on Shriek from now on. What I didn't expect is just a straight repaint of the Walgreens Invisible Woman head. From what I've seen, the green on the face and such changes it up enough, but my problem is I never cared for that hair, so I may have to find a transplant, slap some green on that, put it on this figure, because I do like the paint job on the body, the whites and the greens all swirling and twirling. Then there's Zero. It's a blank white body with an O on the face and an O on the chest. Seems like a perfect candidate for these kind of packs. I only remember Zero from the early Deadpool minis, I think, but that's enough to make me want this character. And going into it, we knew, well, it can't be much more than a blank body. Oh, so there's no surprise here, except the addition of the Defender Doctor Strange portal effect. Now that I can get behind. I was this close to buying that Doctor Strange just for that effect to use in instances like this. Now I don't have to, because I want this set. If the rumors are true that this is a 5-pack. I've been saying that hasn't been confirmed. That's just the leak, that these 3 are in a 5-pack with the Strife they showed off with the new head, and then, I'm just playing Pretty Boy, because he's my most anticipated figure. You thought I forgot about the Reavers? Hell no, I never forget about the Reavers. But looking at it as a set is just so random. Whew, I get it now. Now give me a pre-order. And that is not it for this week. This is just what I quickly grabbed on a pass through the Twitters and the Facebooks and the forums and everywhere else. But that's what next week's are for, right? Future things. Because that's where it is. It's in the future. And we'll come back around, talk about some more stuff next week. If you want to see any of these pictures up close without me all... Yep. Right. I'll be posting all of that along with links to pre-orders, more information on the Fwoosh front page. Oh, it'll probably be, yeah, Sunday at noon. But if you can't wait that long, links are in the description. And yes, I had an amazing vacation. Got to take the family to Disneyland. Had my head in the Star Wars clouds off and on. Got to watch them experience everything they wanted to see for the first time. Yeah, it was awesome. But I said during the last Fwooshcast, I think it was, that I was just going to leave my phone in the hotel. I'm leaving all the social medias and the toy talk and everything behind for a few days. When I got there, I realized you can't do that, especially not at Disney. You've got the app, you've got the map, you've got lightning lanes, you've got to order food through there. It's constant looking down. Okay, we're going to do this at 2:35, right? We have an hour to get over here. How long is it going to take to get over here? What's the line look like over here at the Millennium Falcon? Up the Haunted Mansion. If I go down, ride the Guardians ride, back up to Mar... Yeah, there's simply no way of doing without a phone. Another goal was to turn my toy brain off completely, but the universe wasn't having it. Very first night, first trip into downtown Disney, I run right into this bad boy right here. I didn't buy it though. I said, no, universe, I'm on vacation. Let's go over here and ride some rides. But then on our last trip through the park, I thought, well, I'm here. It's here. I might as well grab it. It's a nice little souvenir, a keepsake. I can look at this figure and go, that's when I took the family to Disney. So of course I went back to the store. Couldn't find it. The first night, it was right inside the front door. High shelf. On the last night, it was on a low shelf facing the wall over at the register. So I had to go digging for it. Universe got its feelings all hurt the first night, decided to poke at me. We have a rocky relationship, me and the universe. Still, here I am, holding a gingerbread clone trooper. If you enjoyed this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus if you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel. Patreon.com. But wherever you're watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. That just about does it. Go on. Get out of here. Hello. Ain't nobody here by that name. Well, if you call here again, I'm going to have to come over and whoop your ass. That is a fact. Well, bye.